Well, first of all, Graham, can you introduce yourself, please, just for the camera? And don't be shy. We're all friends here.
Yeah, Graham Aitken.
Good.
Okay, Graham.
Don't you old bastard.
You don't point to
Come
me.
on,
but
You're,
yeah,
you're at home amongst
He's a
friends.
good mate of Cran's, and well, he's relaxed here and knows.
Cran, who's Cran?
Yeah,
What Cran is that fella over there?
Over there. But anyway, but yeah, Catlin. So
I always remember some of those sessions we had in the Empire Hotel in Palmerston North.
Oh, God.
yeah,
Talking to the cat.
yeah. So Catlin's, yeah.
The last-
Catlin's, yeah.
When we organised the bus trip to do the Catlin's branch, pissed down with rain all the way down through Tokanui and through the bush,
Yeah.
and we got to Tarcope and the rain stopped, so that was
Yeah.
good. And we dutifully followed the railway line, and of course up the top of the hill we come back into Ratanui, is it, and then followed the road, follows the railway line, a little wee narrow road,
Yep.
and yeah, Billy the bus had trouble with the, couldn't get round some of the corners, had to
Oh, okay.
shuffle to get round,
Yeah.
and his wife was
Still
sitting
unsealed through there. Yeah.
there. Not sealed, no.
No, it's still unsealed.
Goat track.
Yeah.
Of course, I hadn't been in through there for about 20 years and gone through in a car. It was all no problem, but the bush, it was overgrown and everything. So anyhow, we had a good trip. Incidentally, Jim Brown borrowed the City Council GPS, and he measured the
Heights.
Glenham Tunnel and
Oh,
the
okay, yeah.
Hunts Road Tunnel.
Yeah.
And the Glenham Tunnel is north of
North of the Hunts Road, is it?
yeah.
Oh, well, I said that the Hunts Road is the southernmost tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's right then.
Yeah.
It's confirmation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So so that was the trip. But anyhow, we were going to go and do this a repeat performance. We were going to do Tokanui and Tarcope November, and Billy organised the trip, but we only got 8 starters.
Oh, okay. That's disappointing.
Yeah, so the shortness of time, I suppose, plus
So when was that? December when? Last year?
yeah, November.
Oh, really?
8th of November, I think it was. But of course, just about everybody that was approached put their name down to go on the Somru trip.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
So it was a good weekend.
Another trip we did today was out to Tuatapere and Ohai. Have you been? You would have been out to Ohai.
Oh, yeah.
What can you remember about Ohai? Because we actually went out there and we saw the cement works, but we're trying to work out where the railway line went. So that went into the cement works, didn't it?
Yeah, it's terminated that.
Yeah. So there would have been the yard at Ohai, and then there was a private siding into the
just
cement works.
a back shunt.
Oh, is that all it was?
Yeah.
Not too much.
And it was
But there was the turntable and everything was part of the main line.
Oh, so there was a turntable.
so there
I
was
thought
a-
just
yeah.
had to ask.
Yeah. Oh, we weren't too
Yeah.
sure about that. So there was a
So-
turntable at Ohai,
Yeah.
and then one at Tuatapere as well.
Tapery, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now the old good shed from Arawi was sat in the paddock for years till
Yeah.
about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's now at Fairfax.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
Fairfax.
of course, that's right, of course. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense,
Yes,
because we
it's
saw that
there.
today. Yeah, we went out to Fairfax, so no, that's fine. Yeah.
So, Graham, how many trips did you do on the Catlins line?
I've only done 1.5.
Oh.
Been to Tokanui, not Tokanui, Tarcope once
Yeah.
on a return trip.
What year was that?
Oh, Jesus.
But you went on the Seaward Bush line how many times?
Officially once,
Yeah.
unofficially umpteen times.
With
Yeah.
the big crew
What-
and whatnot.
Yeah.
What happened on the last? What happened on the last trip though? I'm just confused. Did it? You started telling us. Did it slip?
Oh.
Did it slip on the rails, or the sanding?
No, the
Yeah, this
the
is
locals greased the line
Yeah.
Okay, and it was just
with
past
old
that
plough
bridge.
grease.
Yeah.
And when he tried to take off with the full train, he only got, would be 200 yards. It didn't have the whole train on the hill before he slipped to a halt. So they pushed back, and then they got out, and then with heaps of waste trying to clean the track. And meanwhile the local cops had come out from town and they finished up, arrested a couple of guys for the night and for greasing the track. Then they run the light engine up the hill, then come back and then got the train, the carriages, left the wagons behind.
Because how many wagons were there? They were trying to take about 17?
I think.
Four-wheelers?
Yep.
Yeah,
Then
plus
I
all
went
the
back on
carriages.
Monday and got them.
Them up, yeah. And the crew were Joe Friskin, the fireman, you think?
Yeah, Joe Friskin was fine.
And the driver was
Cyril Strange.
Cyril Strain. Yep, that sounds good.
And,
Okay.
and was it very long after the line was closed that they lifted the track?
Oh, it took them about 2 years to lift that track
Okay.
because they did it the hard way.
Mm.
It was all done with a Drury or a Hunslet,
Who by?
Oh, yes, that's right.
and
Yes.
the local staff, the old navvies.
Oh yeah.
Well, mostly the ganger and a couple of workers plus half a dozen unemployed.
And they took the track sets out complete, and they unbolted the fish plates, or
dismantled the tracks,
Yeah.
rails and sleepers,
okay,
and manhandled it.
great.
Most
That's
of
the
the
hard way,
way.
all right.
Would have been with, say, when you say Hunslet, you mean a DSA or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
There is a picture on the back of my book there that shows the Tokanui Yard underwater almost, or sort of, you know the one I mean, do you think, on the South Island branch one? Shows the, I think you can see the water bat sitting on the ground or something, yeah. It's in the Tokanui pub.
They give one of the drivers my camera one day when they were working between Topeka and Tokanui,
Oh, yeah.
and he took a heap of photos for me, but they didn't come out very good.
Oh, okay.
When was the last run on the Tuatapere line, Graham?
Oh, shit. Without getting the book out, I couldn't tell you.
Okay, and did you go on it?
No,
So you went on the line many times, though?
I've been on the line many times, yeah.
Yeah. Anything notable that you can remember?
Yeah, the most notable trip to Tuatapere was the Tuatapere Sports New Year's Day many moons ago.
Yeah.
I was village idiot at that stage. We were living in nightcaps. We'd had an all-night New Year's party, and then down to the train from Wairia to Thornbury, and then a special train from Thornbury to Tuatapere. Remember getting into the carriages, and we stopped at Oropuki in a mad dash across to the pub for a quick beer, and got back on the train. And I remember we were about Oropuki on the way home. I think I slept the whole time at Tuatapere in the carriage. Never ever got to the sports.
And was it a big train or?
Oh, as much as they could take in them days.
Yeah. What was the general load for number of carriages to take out there?
Oh, I think about 10 was, one AB was 10.
Yeah,
There's
no,
not a
we-
lot. There seems to be quite a grade from Colic Bay.
Oh, a lot of big hills. The Longwoods, an AB full load was 310 either way.
And did you go beyond Tuatapere at all?
Yeah, I've been up to Rauia once.
And with the size of their trains out of there, were they get many wagons generally? Or?
No. A lot of the cement went by road from there, and 5 or 6 wagons a day. That was all that come
Yeah.
by rail. Even when gypsum come in to go there, it would be carted from Bluff to Railway by road
Yeah.
most times. They had planned on extending the railway from Ohai through Birchwood down to Railway to cart the coal to the cement works. But the local job carrier, his price was cheaper than what you could even imagine, and subsequently he got the contract and they shelved the idea of the railway line.